Hi, this is Mark with RawNutrition.com. In this video, I'll be comparing juicing and blending. We get this question asked often at Raw Nutrition: which is best? Is it better to juice your food or to do a whole juice, like with a blender where you blend everything and drink it as a smoothie? So what I've prepared are two identical selections of vegetables on each side: carrots, beets, Swiss chard, celery, and some ginger. So we got the exact quantities on each side. I'm just going to compare with the juicer when you're juicing what's exactly going to happen. And you've seen many of my juicing videos. So basically in juicing, we are separating the juice out of the fiber of the vegetable. So we do get leftover fiber on the side, and then we have concentrated juice. Now, juice is easy to assimilate, so the body absorbs that very quickly. If you want energy or better health, definitely juicing will achieve that quickly. Of course, there's no fiber. So if you already have a diet rich in fiber, juicing is not going to cause any problems because it has no fiber. So if you want more fiber in your diet because you have a low fiber diet, smoothie may be where you want to gear yourself to, where you're getting the whole juice, the whole vegetable blended. Now the process is a little harder for me, I find, in a blender. You have your whole vegetables, you've got to break that down into a smooth consistency that you can actually drink. So it is a different process, and with that you want to avoid heating it because this blender turns very fast. I think it's 11,000 revolutions per minute. So you want to process your foods quickly to create the least amount of heat. In a slow juicer, definitely there's no heat. This juicer turns at 60 revolutions per minute. It's just crushing, squeezing, and getting the juice out. So it's really what you want out of the two. Both have their place, and I find one can do either or and achieve better health, better energy, and so on. But juicing is definitely probably a little bit faster in the results, especially because it's easy to assimilate. Excuse me. So there you have it. So I'm going to start by juicing. Okay, so I'll be using the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer. This is a new juicer that came out in 2014. It's really nice to use because you have less preparation. You don't have to push things in. You rarely need to use the pusher. It takes everything up. In slow juicing, as I mention all the time, you want to go easy. Process your food. Let the juicer process the food before adding more. Also, these types of juicers do tend to leave a little bit of pulp in the juice, so you can let it go straight in there, or you can filter it. When I'm doing hard things like beets, I like to filter the beets out. If I didn't do it here while juicing, I can do it just before serving it. And you can alternate between the different types of vegetables. Now, slow juicers are nice because they're quiet. Comparatively, we'll be using the blender. I won't be able to talk doing this video while I'm using the blender. With the slow juicer, it's pretty quiet, and even though it's turning slow, a plate of vegetables like this is juiced pretty quickly, I find. You can use your vegetables to push things in, like the greens. So as you do see, you do get a fair bit of pulp. You're really just squeezing the juice out of it. Vitamix does promote like the whole juice, so you can process your food, actually blend it and then squeeze it, which would do like the juicer, separating the pulp from the juice. You could squeeze that pulp through a nut milk bag, a nylon nut milk bag, or a cotton nut milk bag, and get your juice. It is a pretty messy process. The juicer does that for you in one easy process. As you can see, I'm done here, and that's gone pretty well, pretty easily. Just let the juicer finish its processing. I can reverse, help squeeze out any remaining pulp that was left inside the juicer. Squeeze out the juice from that. Perfect. So there you have juicing. We'll leave that aside. Now with the Vitamix blender, you're going to need to, because it's kind of narrow, you can't overfeed it all at once. And then these vegetables aren't very juicy. I could throw in some juicy vegetables or some fruit, but I don't really want any fruit in this smoothie. So I'll have to use a little bit of water to help in the blending process. So with the Vitamix, you do have the tamper. This is the Vitamix 5000, a new model 5200 or the Turbo Blend VS. So this model is at least 5-6 years old. Still works really great. Looks just like the new ones. New ones just have new covers and new names. Probably a little improvement as far as the motor, but this blender still works great. So I'll go ahead and start at the variable speed. So I will start at a slow speed. Start off with some greens, a little bit of celery. Basically, I'm trying to process without adding any water at first to see what I'm going to get from the vegetables before watering down the mixture. But you'll find you will need to add some water. And I do have it turning not too fast. I'm really just kind of getting everything into chunks. And just adding a bit and pushing that in without really over processing it, and just at about a little faster. I'm really now just kind of breaking everything down. If you add too much water, you will have a hard time afterwards getting a smooth consistency. At this point, where I am now, I will definitely need to add some water. And some speed. Now I'll add some more vegetables. To reduce any friction, I'll stop it in between here as I add most of my vegetables that are left over. Okay. Finish off a few vegetables I have left. There you have it. I think that will be just about as smooth as you can get it. Now, if you want to be able to drink it, I may need to add a little bit more water, so I will do that. Lock this cap on here. And give it one final blend. Start a little low. Definitely, I'm trying to minimize the length and time I'm having it spin. I don't want to overheat the produce that's inside. So I'll move this aside here. So there you have a juice here from our Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer. And on this side we'll have a smoothie, so definitely we'll have a lot more smoothie from the same amount of vegetables. But we do have a chunky, creamy texture, but sort of a pulp-like, puree I should say, puree-like. And a little harder to pour. And a little harder to drink. So I'm making a mess here. So there you have it. So basically, I would have a lot more, probably get 3 glasses to drink from the same amount of vegetables I had. It won't be as easy to drink. It'll definitely be thicker, but you're definitely getting everything, the whole fiber, all the juice, all the nutrients, nothing is lost. So a little more process, a little more blending. Compared to juicing, it's a little bit faster. For the nutrients, definitely you're getting the added fiber with the blending that you don't have, but the nutrients are extracted in the juice. Now my personal preference is definitely juicing. I like juicing, it's quick, it's easy, a lot simpler than blending. I do like to use a blender for smoothies, treats, sauces and things like that. Definitely don't do vegetable smoothies very often. I definitely prefer juicing, especially with vegetables. So as you can see, the process is more involved with a Vitamix and blending. To get a really smooth consistency with the least amount of chunks, you will have to blend for some time. Now this mixture is not warm at all. I mean, I blended it or kept it on high as minimal as possible. I have a good texture. I added some water, probably a couple cups of water, to be able to blend this and achieve this texture. Will make it drinkable. So let's try that out. Definitely thick. Nonetheless, very good. As tasty as my juice. A ginger, nice ginger kick. So it's really personal preference, and I know a lot of people really like the smoothies because you get the full fiber. It's a little more involved in the preparation compared to juicing. Again, this is Mark with RawNutrition.com. Please subscribe to our videos here on YouTube and check us out online at RawNutrition.com.